by the environmental folks who are concerned about the decision from the U.S. Supreme Court today about basically prohibiting the government from regulating pollution, if I got that right. It's outrageous what this court is doing. And we are grateful for all of you walking by to preserve our environment, to stop the climate change and all that.
Shame on SCOTUS!
Bravo.
Thank you.
Bravo. Thank you.
I love art folks. Thank you.
And we're here to abolish the death penalty. This is the 29th annual fast and vigil to abolish the death penalty. We do this every year. 4 days from tonight until Saturday. Come on back. Come join us. We're here all day.
All right, everyone. We are going to sing a song. Who doesn't like singing, especially when it's led by somebody who's a horrible singer? So we are singing a variation of a song that you have probably sung if you have protested in a climate movement before, and that is the "Well, I Went Down to Insert Place" song. And this time, because our first stop on our tour of climate villains is Senator Cassidy, the place we are going down to is Cassidy's house. Yay! I am also gonna wait for the folks to catch up before I start singing. So I'm just gonna sort of stall for time.
Good evening, everybody. This is a protest that is starting here at the Supreme Court for one of the last, well, all of the decisions have now come out, but one of the last controversial decisions to come out of this Supreme Court, ahead of now Ketanji Jackson Brown has joined the court for all upcoming cases. But with the previous sort of makeup of the court, there was a decision that limited the powers of the EPA to regulate emissions, is my understanding. And so this protest is, to be clear, I've mostly been focusing protests about the Supreme Court focused on abortion, but this one's actually about the environment. So the giant constitution that you see there that they are marching, and they're going to Senator Cassidy's house first, it actually says "We the corporations" rather than "We the people" there at the top of that. So they are apparently heading to Senator Cassidy's house here on Capitol Hill first.
So now I'm going to sing it, and you're going to sing with me, which is slightly easier than that call and response. So, well, I went down to Cassidy's house, and I took back what he stole from me. I took back my dignity. I took back my humanity. Now he's under my feet, under my feet, under my feet. Ain't gonna let Cassidy walk all over me. Well, I went down to Cassidy's house, and I took back what they stole from me, and I took back my dignity, and I took back my humanity. Now he's under my feet, under my feet, under my feet. Ain't gonna let Cassidy walk all over me. You want to try one on your own? Huh? Well, I
Went down to Cassidy's house,
and I
took back what he stole from me.
and I
Took back my dignity.
and I
Took back my humanity.
Now he's
under my feet, under my feet, under my feet.
ain't
Under
gonna
my
let.
feet. Ain't nobody gonna walk all over me.
Yay! All right. We're gonna let.
So we are going to try to stay on the sidewalk. It's just for one block as we go on to Maryland Avenue. This is going to be the hardest for the folks with the prop, obviously. So if folks can, like, Phil, you think it's possible? art director?
No.
No.
That prop is allergic to sidewalks. I think with this crowd can marshal it out and make it happen.
Okay.
Let's go. I will marshal. Can I get one other person to help me marshal? One other person.
All right, while we do this complicated task, we're going to do easier things like basic chants. This time, what do we want? Climate justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want?
This prop is, yeah. That was funny. This prop is really about the
What do we
sidewalk.
want?
I knew exactly what you did.
When do we want it?
Can't get on
We
the
don't
sidewalk.
get it? We don't get it? Shut it down! What do we want?
Been busy for you.
We're just going to stop that traffic coming from that side so they can mosey up.
I can't hear you. What do we want?
I think tonight will be a fun one.
We don't get it.
I've done that once before. It's just very out of the way. They're usually small because they're kind of hard to get to, and I've only done it once.
If I had a rental car, I'd maybe try it, but
Where are you based out of?
Minneapolis.
Oh, okay.
When
Gotcha.
do we want
I'm good
it?
buddies with Chris
And
too.
if we don't
Gotcha.
get
Yep.
it, shut it down. No more coal.
Do we meet on
no more
Inauguration
oil.
Day or
Keep
like
your
the day?
carbon
Yep.
in the
Yeah, I
soil. No more coal. No more oil. Keep your carbon in the soil. No more coal. No more oil. Keep your carbon in the soil. No more coal. No more oil. Keep your carbon in the soil. No more coal. No more oil. Keep your carbon in the soil. No more coal.
Take the whole street.
Keep your carbon
In the soil.
no more coal.
No more oil.
Keep your carbon
In the soil.
We are unstoppable. Better.
So just to give a little explanation of what's going on here. Again, they are protesting a decision by the Supreme Court that limits the powers of the EPA to regulate. But specifically what's going on the street here, they're heading to Senator Cassidy's house. It's apparently only a block away. I don't think I've ever actually seen his house before, but apparently they're only going a block. They were planning to be on the sidewalks only, which is what I guess is probably the police's expectation. But they couldn't. They said, you know, this prop is too big for sidewalks, so we'll just take the streets basically. So it seems like the police were trying to push them back onto the sidewalk, and they didn't. So whatever, you know. But in probably just a few minutes, we'll be at Senator Cassidy's house.
Under attack. What do we do?
Rise up, fight back.
When the land we love is under attack, what do we do?
Rise up, fight back.
When the air we breathe is under attack, what do we do?
Rise up, fight back.
When the water we drink is under attack, what do we do?
Rise up, fight back.
When the planet we need is under attack, what do we do?
Rise up, fight back.
Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop.
Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Say what?
This is Lieutenant Shaw from the United States Capitol Police. You're engaged in an illegal demonstration. If you do not move from the roadway, you will be arrested. This is your first warning.
We're going to turn right here and get off the roadway.
The sidewalk is
You're gonna have to go over there.
sidewalk is closed. Where are we supposed to go?
So that was Capitol Police Lieutenant Schauf, who arrested 181 people this morning, actually. So I don't know. Seems like he's got the same vibe going for this one. This wasn't. My understanding is this is not supposed to be a civil disobedience demonstration, so that was actually a little untraditional to hear that kind of thing. But basically, they gave them a first warning as if they're going to arrest them for being in the street. But the sidewalk's actually blocked off, as you'll see in just a moment. So I'm not sure which sidewalk they would actually go to if they were going to comply with that as they walk one more block.
Power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop.
Public safety.
Yeah, right?
Public safety officer.
It's so funny if cops knew about public safety. bullshit. Get off it. The planet's not for profit.
That's bullshit.
Get off it. The planet's not for profit.
That's bullshit.
Get off it. The planet's not for profit.
Bullshit.
Get off it. The planet's not for profit.
That's bullshit.
Get off it. The planet's not for profit.
All right, we're just gonna do a few of those because we want to be nice to our friends in the press. We can't use that footage, but it is fun to say. So we're gonna go with a classic one. Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
We're gonna shake it up a little bit. So we see the court over there. We're gonna say, show me what portocracy looks like.
This is what portocracy looks like.
Portocracy.
I
thought it was like corporate-ocracy. Why is it here?
No more coal, no more oil, keep your carbon
In the soil.
No more coal,
No more oil.
keep your carbon
In the soil.
No more coal,
No more oil.
keep your carbon
In the soil.
No more coal,
No more oil.
keep your carbon
In the soil.
No more coal,
No more oil.
keep your carbon
In the soil.
No more coal,
No more oil.
keep your carbon
In the soil.
No more coal,
No more oil.
keep your carbon
In the soil.
No more coal,
No more oil.
keep your carbon
In the soil.
No more coal,
No more oil.
keep your carbon
In the soil.
All right. So this one is shorter, less complicated, and also fun. You know, I'm going to go through it in the same order before. So I'm going to say a line, you're going to repeat it. Once we get to the song, then we're going to sing it. So, people gonna rise like the water. We're gonna face this crisis now.
We're gonna face this crisis now.
I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter
I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter
saying climate justice now.
saying climate justice now.
See, isn't that pretty straightforward? So, now just sing along. People gonna rise like the water. We're gonna face this crisis now. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter saying climate justice now. People gonna rise like the water. Gonna face this crisis now. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter saying climate justice now.
And now out of top.
Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Fossil
Jurisdiction.
fuels have got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
Fossil fuels have got to go.
Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
Fossil fuels have got to go.
Hey, hey! Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
Fossil fuels have got to go.
Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
Fossil fuels have got to go.
All right, we're now going to modify to fossil fuels are going to go because we're going to win. So, hey, hey! Ho, ho!
Fossil fuels are going to go.
Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
Fossil fuels are going to go.
So this is the house where we're going to stop. If folks just want to stop, just put some chalk on the sidewalk, stop climate denial, things like that. We'll keep going as soon as we do that. I'm just going to talk a little bit about Senator Cassidy from the state of Louisiana, which has some climate impacts, right? So Cassidy, along with Republican senators, wrote a letter to FEMA in response to policy that would require FEMA to consider climate impacts. And he said that there are still gaps in the scientific understanding, so we couldn't possibly be ready to act on climate change. What do we think about that? Cassidy is, of course, one of many Republican senators who take a lot of money from the fossil fuel industry and who, what a shocker, voted to put in place these Supreme Court justices who were appointed by presidents who did not win the popular vote. What do we think about that? So, here we are, we're putting some chalk down in front of Cassidy's house because it is shameful what these Republican senators have gotten us to in this country. We are seeing a rise in fascism on top of all of this climate denial because of the justices they've put in place, and they are doing it because they are in the pockets of corporations and fossil fuel corporations. It's time for us to not let them have peace. If we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no